Hello everyone. Today's joke of the day is, what do you call your friends who love math? Stay tuned to find out. Our learning target today is I can divide monomials. So when we have the quotient of powers, that's the division of two monomials, let's see what happens. Okay, so this first one we have c to the 11th power, so that's 11, c times itself 11 times. All right, and then we're going to divide that by c to the 8th power, so c times itself 8 times. Okay, and when we divide the same thing and we're multiplying, we can cancel out, right? We can cancel one from the top with one from the bottom, right? So c divided by c. So let's see how many we can cancel. Oh, that canceled an extra one there. Okay, so we end up with c to the third, right? We just have 3 c's left there on the top, nothing left on the bottom. Okay, c to the third. Now, if you look at what we had there, we had c to the 11th divided by c to the 8th. Well, if we take 11 minus 8, that gets us to 3. So our quotient of powers rule is that we are going to subtract our exponents. Okay, so c to the 11 minus 8, so it'll end up being c to the 3. And that is our answer. Okay, let's look at another one. So here we have r to the 5th divided by r to the 2nd. Okay, and again, we're going to subtract those. So that's going to equal r to the 5 minus 2, which is r to the 3rd. Okay. Now sometimes we have multiple variables. Okay, and we'll still just do the same thing with each set of variables. So here I have g to the 3rd and then just a g. And we know that if we just see one of something, right, it's to the first power. So we take g to the 3 over g minus 3g to the 3 minus 1. So that's going to equal g to the 2nd. And then h to the 5 minus 2, so it'll be h to the 3rd. Okay, last one here. We got k to the 7 over k to the 5, so that's k to the 7 minus 5, which equals 2, so k squared. M to the 10th over m to the 3rd, which will be m to the 7th. And that's p to the 1st over p to the 1st, so p to the 1 minus 1. That actually gives us 0. And any number to the 0 power is just 1, right? We could have thought about, we're just kind of dividing those out. Those cancel. So the p is gone. It canceled out with each other, right? It went to 1. So we have just k squared and m to the 7th. Right. Now, sometimes if we have a quotient, we have a power of a quotient, okay? And that means that we're going to take that power to both terms, right? The numerator and the denominator. Okay, so we have x over t to the 4th is going to be the same as x to the 4th over t to the 4th. Okay, similarly with r over t to the 3rd, we get r to the 3rd over t to the 3rd. Now with this one, again, we got to take each piece of our quotient to the 3rd power. So we take 3 to the 3rd power, and then we take x to the 4th to the 3rd. Well, that's x to the 4 times 3, right? So we have to x to the 12th, and then over 4 to the 3rd power. Okay, and we could simplify that by taking 3 to the 3rd power. Okay, 3 times 3 times 3 gives us 27. So we have 27x to the 12th over 4 to the 3rd power. So that's 4 times 4 times 4. That'll be 16 times 4 gives us 64. Okay, and that would be our simplified answer. Okay, again, we'll take 2 to the 2nd power, which we know is 2 squared or 4. Y to the 2nd is y to the 2 times 2, which is y to the 4th. divided by 3 to the second power, which is 9, and then z to the third to the second, so z to the 3 times 2, which is z to the 6th. Okay, so that's if we have a quotient and we're taking to a power, you just raise the numerator and the denominator to that power. Okay, lastly here, we have a few more expressions, okay, and we're just going to kind of put everything together. So we have 25 divided by 5 here. We know that's going to give us 5. Okay, then we have j to the negative 3. There's not a j in the bottom of my, there's not a j in my denominator, so I'm just going to say j to the negative 3. And then we have k squared over k to the negative 4. Well, that's going to be k to the 2 minus negative 4, which is actually k to the 6th power. So we have k to the 6th power. And then we have m to the 6th over m squared. So m to the 6 minus 2 is m to the 4th power. And we'll learn in the next video what to do with negative exponents. So for now, we'll just leave the exponent as a negative number. All right, here again we got t to the 5th over t squared, that's t to the 3rd. U to the 4th over u to the 3rd, that's just u to the 1st, or just u, right? We really don't actually need that one. Okay. All right, here we have to square and cube a few things before we simplify. So we got 2 squared is 4. G to the 3rd to the 2nd is going to be g to the 6th. We're going to multiply those. H squared squared, again multiply h to the 4th, over g squared to the 3rd, multiply those, that's g to the 6th. And then h to the 0 times 3, but 0 times 3 is still just 0, so we still just have h to the 0. And then we can now divide and simplify. Well, that g to the 6th and that g to the 6th are going to eliminate, right? They'll divide out to 1, so we'll just have 4, and then h to the 4th divided by h to the 0. 4 minus 0 is still just 4, so we'll have 4h to the 4th. And we got one last one here. Okay, so we're going to square everything, and then we'll simplify, or we could simplify and then square. Actually, let's do that. That seems a little bit easier. So we have 2 over negative 4. That's going to be 1 over negative 2, right? That simplifies to 1/2. And then a to the negative 2 over a to the negative 2, those cancel. Okay, b to the 4 divided by b to the negative 5, so 4 minus negative 5, that'll be 9, b to the 9th power. And then we got c to the 2 divided by c to the negative 7, so it's c to the 2 minus negative 7. Well, that gives us c to the 9th power. Okay, and notice how I just wrote those in the top. We don't actually really need the rest of this fraction bar. It's just going to be negative 1/2 times b to the 9th, c to the 9th, and then we're going to still square that. Okay, we simplified first, and then we're going to square that. So we take negative 1/2 squared. That's going to be positive 1/4. And then b to the 18, because we take 9 times 2, and then c to the 18. Again, another 9 times 2. All right. And today's joke of the day, what do you call your friends who love math? Your algebros. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.